Hello. 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 Hello.
Live at the time it was recorded from the spare bedroom in beautiful downtown Southeast Pennsylvania, USA. It's Season 2 of the Josh and AC podcast. This is The Dead End with Josh and AC. joshandac.podbean.com. Follow us on social media at Josh and AC on Facebook, Josh and AC Podcast on Instagram. Visit our YouTube page, Josh and AC Podcast, or send us an email, joshandacpodcast@gmail.com.
Hello! I didn't realize this was off of Jock Jam's gay version, but coming in on this pleasant Thursday, the Josh and AC podcast, Josh and AC whatever. I don't want to do that. We do season 2, episode 42.
You want to let me do
right.
it?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Dead End.
There's AC.
Season 2.
I'm Josh.
Yeah.
This
Can
is
you
the
do
podcast.
it right?
Okay.
Can you do it right?
All right, let's start over. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in here. Josh and AC coming at you with the Dead End. I am Josh. AC's across the room. We have some excellent music. We have some funny stories. Just a great show for you. Season 2, episode 42. And if you take 2 times the 2 in 42, you get the 4. So you could have season 2 times the 2
We're
and the
off
4.
to a rough start
is
here.
Gross.
What the hell are you doing?
I had a pube in my mouth.
Oh, God. All right. Welcome in, everybody. As Josh said, Season 2, episode number 42 of The Dead End with Josh and AC. joshandac.podbean.com. You know how to find us. And we go over that shit at the show. Oh, my goodness. Go over that shit at the end of the show anyway.
I feel like
All
we
right.
should be jerking each other off.
welcome in, everybody. Josh and I, obviously, we always talk about it. We always don't know what's going to happen, but we record 2 shows always at one night. So this is number 2.
Yeah, I forgot my wardrobe change.
Yeah, but we got to watch the first couple of minutes of the YouTube video.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, so and that's pre me editing it
Okay,
down.
this is pretty gay.
Yeah, that was and it was really loud too.
Yeah.
But that's me editing it down. I got to edit it down so it's a smaller clip, maybe about a half hour, so we can put it up on YouTube and get you to listen to the whole podcast. And we'll get some feedback on that if maybe people want the whole podcast, but I think the 30 minutes might be better.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so we're going to see how that goes. But this will be number 2. Josh and I love how it turned out. It looked great in the full screen mode versus just the editing mode that we see when we're recording.
Yep.
I actually changed my camera angle too because it looked, in the last one, Josh.
You can see a lot of nostril hairs on
Yeah,
AC.
you see me from the side, whereas it looks like Josh is like looking at me and the camera's right in front of him. So it is a little annoying now because the light is right in front of me. You probably noticed that on the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the camera illuminates the frame. But anyway, we are excited. The relaunch on YouTube, we're going to get this almost hopefully perfect by our 100th episode. That way we can have some extra guests in here. We'll get a 3rd camera ready to go for that. So we're really excited for that. But anyway.
Also, wait, big announcement. Josh and AC are on YouPorn, everybody.
No, we are not. No,
YouPorn.
No, we are not. So just as we've always done, we'll still be on Podbean. That is our host site. So
Tube galore.
You can find us on all of our normal sites. But we wanted to get this right. As we said before, we had a consultant. Hopefully he's going to continue to consult with us after we did this. We're going to learn how to do this so we can do it and not have to spend a shitload of money to do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to reinvest a little bit more in our marketing just because of our page growth so far. One thing, so we're going to
have the stats pulled up?
Yeah, we're going to get right into the statistics here. It's getting late. It's 10:22.
Tonight's show was brought to you by glucose tablets.
So if you look at our all-time statistics for episodes, I think I look at it on overview. Okay. So if you look at all-time, the one thing that we've done is that every month we've consistently grown in episodes. So it's great. We have some ups and downs, but that's because we had some 5-week months. Like September and December, there were 5 episodes launched in those months. So obviously January and February. January was a kind of a dead month for us.
Yeah.
February was okay, but there were there's less days in February to capture the downloads. But I will say we will be at 5,000 downloads by the next episode that launches, which would be episode 40 when we're recording this. So never would have thought we'd be there. We're gaining downloads very quickly. In the last 30 days, we've had 412 downloads. It seemed like there was one day where one of the streaming sites must have dumped all of their downloads.
Or crashed.
Yeah, something happened, but our retention rate is really good. People continue to listen to No Pants, No Problem for whatever freaking reason that is.
Yeah.
Eric
actually texted me the other day that he was going back through and he was like, I'm on season 2, episode 1 right now. And I was like, wow. And then he's like, I went back and started listening to... fuck if I remember. But
yeah, but it's crazy because people still listen to that. We're at 172 downloads. It accounts for 10% of our all-time downloads. And then money. People must have thought we were giving away money. That was the Vegas recap episode from last year. That is 143.
Yes.
Secondhand Protection, which was season 2, episode 1, right? I think that was season 2, episode 1.
Yes.
That one has 100. Did you fart?
No.
That my dog did. Secondhand Protection.
I thought it was your vagina.
And then Technical Difficulties, which was the second episode of season 2, is up there. Give Me a Hug, which was done in, which was a pretty good episode, but still crappy audio. I think we were figuring out audio then.
Who knows?
That was from November of 2020. That is 91. I Like Bananas, which is another fantastic episode. 85.
And I love Bananas.
So our top 10 episodes, actually, believe it or not, Hemorrhoid Strangulation.
Yeah, apparently
which was a
people
most recent episode.
Like buttholes or something here.
Yeah, that's what I said to Josh when that happened. So that one was, so let's see, this is 41.
Tonight
40,
we're going to be
39.
talking about anal warts.
So season 2, episode 39 was 39, 40, 41. No, so it's episode 38 was Hemorrhoid Strangulation.
Next week we have a great piece on vaginosis.
Yeah, so we got 85 downloads on that now so far. Which is crazy. That's one of our busiest episodes in the last couple of months. But our lowest, Josh, was Pickle Selfie back on February 3rd.
Yeah, and I thought that was good because it talked about a friggin' mascot taking a picture of himself with his boner.
But that one had 21 downloads. By the way, Trimmed and Clipped has 1 download. Son of a bitch.
How?
I don't know. Somebody must have grabbed it right away because it came up as somebody has it on auto download. So I goofed. I was so excited about YouTube that I accidentally hit the Publish Now button. So somebody's gonna get an early start to Trimmed and Clipped from last week's episode. Anyway, but 21 was our lowest, was Pickle Selfie. But we've had consistently more than 30 downloads on our episodes all time. So we just want to thank everybody. That's huge.
Exactly.
To get that, I know Josh could speak to that, but it's also why we're investing more time and a little bit more cash.
A little bit?
No, again, we're not. Why do you think
$4,000 a week is not a little bit. We have the Josh and AC helicopter, the limo.
Yeah. So we're investing a little bit more money. So we have the cameras. So let's don't.
No, I told.
Fill these people with lies.
No,
You're filling these things with lies.
But I never would lie.
Yeah.
But
we did buy the cameras, which work out pretty well. I think you get to see how ugly we really are. I don't know why you'd all want to see us.
I'm just doing my job.
But yeah, so you guys get to see us now, and so we got the cameras. We'll get a third camera that will be able to hopefully we can get it angled that they'll be able to see both of our guests when they're here. The frame, probably if we put it up on the TV, it's not going to be like close up like you get of us. But you'll be able to see it, right? You believe that we'd probably figure that out. Josh is like, whatever.
I'm just, I don't want to get in trouble for speaking out of turn or something.
Oh, my God. We're gonna start the show like that. But anyway,
you know where we should go? Anybody in there tonight, I wonder?
no, we're not gonna go that route.
Well, then fuck you. I guess I can't
That's a
see
good,
the magic behind that.
Well, they don't see anything.
Well, they would see me acting,
Oh my!
and
God.
they would know I'm not actually in your rectum.
You are actually in my rectum.
No, I'm not.
All right, but anyway, the one thing
on in my pants?
we're about to hit 5,000 all-time downloads. So thank you everybody for getting us there. Just the
Yeah,
amazing
thanks, everybody.
the amazing results that we've had. Can you be enthusiastic about this? Because I don't think when we started this that we'd ever expect it to be where it's
Yeah,
at
the
or
fact
what
that
we've done.
5,000 people or 5,000 computers or whatever you want to say
Yeah.
have listened to my voice is wow.
But think about it.
Why?
Oklahoma, California.
Ohio.
Like we understand the Pennsylvania. There's a lot of people around us, but there's consistently in Oklahoma now, Minnesota, California.
Let's not forget Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut,
You gotta go
and then
through
we
them
have
all?
Delaware, Georgia,
If you're gonna do this, I'm gonna need my
Hawaii,
meat sticks.
Idaho, Florida, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and all the 50 states. Whatever.
I was just
Pop
looking
up handles and meat better.
All right, so thank you, everybody. The one thing we do ask, though, on YouTube, on all of your sites, especially Apple Podcasts, please get on there. You don't have to write a review, but
Just
rate us.
Yeah, leave us
Leave us a
stars
rating.
or whatever it is.
So give us those stars because that does help the algorithm on Apple Podcasts for you getting up on searches much more frequently, essentially. So
Big shout out to all of our listeners.
Kenny Cook, Artie Asswammer,
Eric. Frank.
Frankie Budge Packer,
Gary.
Jim.
Jimmy,
Karin.
Matt,
Melissa.
Green doesn't listen anymore.
Zach.
Well, Kareen.
Karin.
Yeah.
She don't listen anymore.
She does every now and then. She catches up. Maybe that we're on YouTube though. She listens to YouTube a lot, so maybe that we're on YouTube. She'll listen.
Oh, fuck off.
But she'll have to watch or listen to our shows because we're probably not gonna put the whole show up on YouTube. So
Are there things that make you angry?
Thank you for asking, Fred. Yeah, I'm tired of these fucking fair weather listeners. Only want to listen to part of the show or just whatever. Go
right.
before I go on a rant.
So anyway, thank you everybody. As we said millions of times, we appreciate this. You are all why we do this. It is a lot of work. Josh is spending a lot of money with the gas prices now to come down here.
It costs me $1,300 a month now, I think, to drive down here twice a month.
So that's Josh's investment. There's a lot that goes into this, a lot of technology that we've inherited.
Time.
Yeah. And it's going to take a little bit more time now to do the social media pieces.
Plus to think of ways to embarrass AC when we go to breakfast.
Yeah. And then obviously our big event coming up, and we just figured out
Scatfest 2022.
our 100th episode is actually the release on Cinco de Mayo. So there is
that's right.
There is a potential that we might do a live recording for that show.
Maybe a Mexican or two in studio.
Yeah, so we have to figure out how to do that so we can get the live recording. So we may delay the Thursday episode to Saturday, possibly. I don't know. We'll figure that out as we get closer and let everybody know. We are getting close. It'll be a month away at this point, or a little bit over a month away.
It's coating my whole mouth.
Yeah, but we're excited. We'll have special guests. We're going to try and get Ryan in. Hopefully, Vinny will come. That is a celebration for us. So now that we're back on YouTube, Vinny might actually show up. So
now we'll get a cardboard cutout and put him in the
we'll
chair.
just put him in the chair.
Vinny,
yeah.
how you doing? Vinny's a little stoned tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
A little stone.
Look at his eyes are cardboarded over.
All right. So something we didn't get to talk about on the episode last week, you went to Dutch Way, which I'm not familiar with. So
Okay,
you
so
wanna give us a little prelude?
Frank knows where
I'm gonna
this
eat my
is.
meat stick a while,
Oh,
okay?
yeah. Are you going to do it seductively on camera?
No, you would do it seductively, but I won't.
Why not? All right, hang on. Let me get the meat stick for you. There you go. Anyway, Dutch Way. So Amber and I decided we were going to go to breakfast. We're going to do the Shady Maple deal. And then for some reason, we were just like, meh. She had to work tonight. I don't want to keep her up late, so I felt bad. So we decided to go to Dutch Way in Myerstown, Lebanon County.
Which is a buffet, right?
Yeah, it's a buffet. And the food was good. I mean, they don't have, like, grill stations like Shady Maple does. But they had, like...
So in relevance to Golden Corral or Old Country Buffet, how is it rate?
This supersedes both of those.
Okay.
Golden Corral has probably a bigger selection, but the food quality at this place was better, I feel. They had, like, SOS. They had sausage gravy. They had biscuits. All that stuff. They had, like, Danishes and donuts and all that. They had oatmeal, baked French toast, regular French toast sticks, blueberry peach French toast, chocolate chip French toast. Apparently the Amish like to eat, French toast. The
Holds up well on a buffet.
The eggs weren't good. They were like, you could definitely tell they were powdered eggs or, something. Because they were very, like, clumpy. And it was like cutting, like, mortar when you were eating them. So they weren't very good. But they had, like, turkey sausage, regular, like, thick sausage. Then they had, like, the banquet sausages. They had, what the hell? Hash browns, but, like, hash browns that you fry. Then they had, like, home fries, potato pancakes. I mean, they had a lot of stuff. What else? I don't know. They had, like, anything you could want to top your French toast. So they had, like, apples. They had grits. I mean, everything you fucking think of. The
On
food
top
was
of
good.
French toast?
Well, no, they had grits, like, separate. I just thought of that. One of the things I thought was the most unique, though, they had fried sweet bologna.
Delicious.
Fucking amazing. I had, like, oh, Christ.
That was the first time you had fried sweet bologna?
Never ever
You're talking
had
like
it.
grilled, like pan fried.
Yeah, like delicious. Like almost black crusty because it's so delicious.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, my God. It was awesome. That was the highlight of my
There's
morning.
a ton of fat in bologna.
Yeah, well, it was...
So as soon as you put it to the heat, it's just going to all leak out, and you basically are deep frying it on a grill.
It was freaking fantastic. So good. The waitress was hot. Wasn't real full, which was nice. So you, like, go in and get your seat and get out. It's definitely, like, I would go again, especially, like, the last time of Shady Maple. This was probably better than that. Minus the fanny cakes.
I don't know. I still like Shady Maple a lot.
I like Shady Maple a lot, but I don't think the food quality was there with all, like, the line stuff, I'll say.
Can I be honest with you, though? I rather go... Have you ever gone to, like, a nice brunch buffet, like, at a country club or, like,
Yes.
Mazellan Springs Inn, like, places like that?
I've gone to...
Those are way better. Because made to order omelets,
Yep.
eggs Benedict. Like,
Yep.
it's... Josh, it's... Like one of these. See, we can
Yeah,
actually
like
do
the-
visuals. If
yeah,
people
like
can see
the-
us. Yeah, but it's for those of you that aren't going to watch us on YouTube. It's
They
like
cost $100 million.
pinky in the air as you're drinking, kind of thing. They're fantastic.
Yeah, we used to do them a lot when I was
Mother's
married.
Day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's fantastic.
The golf courses up there used to have them, so
Yeah.
they were good. But the food is good for the price. So and
What was it, $27.50?
no, it was like $13 a person.
And you went for breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's only 45 minutes from my house versus whatever, which is good that we went there because as we're sitting there wrapping up our food, we get a fucking phone call from
We're leading into the next thing in
Yes.
the show, right? Okay.
the lovely Minersville School District. I mean, Minonville School District. And it was... I wish I could say this lady's name. I can't. No, I'm good. I'm cutting out the cheese. I prefer to make my own. So, this nurse lady called. They're like, oh, hi. We're just going to let you know that your son's coughing a lot. And I'm like, what? He's getting over a cold. Of course he's coughing a lot. When I say my son, it's technically not my son, but he's my son because he's
He
my
lives
son.
with you and you support him?
Yes. I mean, Amber does too, but, like, yeah. You know, like,
You support him like a dad would.
I adopted him, basically. And when I say cough, this is literally, like, it's annoying because, like, we were trying to watch TV last night and it was driving me fucking crazy. But it's like, constant. Now he's wearing a mask, whatever else. I don't care if the other little scumbag kids aren't. the Section 8 children, But literally, that's what it was. Because he's got like tickle in his throat because his nose is draining down the back of his fucking throat. Doctor said there's nothing they could do for it. Give him Delsum and cough drops. So they're like, you're going to need to pick him up. We're like, he missed 4 days last week. What do you mean? Because he was sick last week. And the nurse didn't say a fucking word. So then we go. Show up at school. Amber goes up to the door. They wouldn't let her in. She didn't have her ID with her. I'm like... So she goes, well, it's in the car. And they're like...
Is it very suspicious to go to Minersville, or the Mitronsville, or whatever the hell you called it? Is it
whatever the hell it is.
Is it not good to go there? That they have to have it locked down like that?
No, apparently that's the new thing. Because every school shooter is going to go to Llewellyn Elementary School where there's like 37 kids in the school.
You know what? And I wouldn't go into Schuylkill County and try and do something stupid at a school. There's lots of people.
Teachers probably pack heat.
I was going to say, and there's a
hey,
lot of,
boy, you're in the wrong hall.
There's a
Come
stupid,
here.
There's a stupid amount of people that are stupid and own guns. Legally own guns. But they're stupid.
It pissed me off. Like, whatever. We go pick him up. He gets in the car. Hey, Dad. And I'm like, how do you feel, buddy? Fine. I was like, are you coughing a lot? No, they gave me a cough drop. I'm like, wait a minute. So this is like diagnosing a car that goes to the shop, okay? Like, wait a minute. You heard a noise in the engine to put oil in it. The noise went away. You still brought it to the shop. Why? So now, wait a minute. You gave him a cough drop. He stopped coughing, and we're here. Why? Didn't cough the rest of the fucking day. Then, the little fucking shyster, man, he's the smart one. He said, I wasn't even really coughing for real. I said, what? We get home, and he says this. I was like, what do you mean you weren't coughing for real? He goes, I wanted to watch TV. And he gets this huge smirk across his face. And I was like, what? And we're like, are you serious, Gavin? And he's like, yeah. I wanted to watch TV. So I coughed. I'm like, motherfucker, you lied to us. And he goes,
Yeah, he's smart like you. You would do it.
he goes, no. And then he says some words funny, so he'll say, instead of remote, he'll say emote. So, like, I grabbed the remote to start watching TV. And he goes, give me that emote. I'm home from school. I was like, you're supposed to be sick. Go to bed. And he's like, give me the emote. I was like, no. So Amber's sitting there on the couch laughing while he's attacking me to get the emote. And I'm holding it up in the air like this, waving it around so he can't get it. Next thing I know, he bites me. And I drop the remote. And then he takes it. And I was like, I mean, I can't even be mad. That's just being, you're good. Like, you bit your dad. Studio audience making an appearance again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming back. So anyway, that was my little rant there. I don't know, it just pissed me off. Sending him home because he has a cough. And we're like, well, can he come back to school tomorrow? We'll try again. So you're going to call us, 20 minutes after he's here. He sneezed. This is why there's so many pussies out in the world.
Are they out of masks?
What?
Are they out of masks?
Yeah, but by choice, though. You can still wear them.
Yeah.
But, like, wait a minute. So now the kid has a... What happens if he farts? Does he... Like, then what?
He's got to wear a diaper.
Oh,
to
my
school.
God. Oh, yeah, he's got to put a pull-up on. No, we can't have that. Meanwhile, this school was last renovated in, like, 1944. The auditorium looks like it's seriously out of, like, Lean on Me, with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Minus the hateful words spray painted on the wall. I was like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, come on. He was coughing. That's why all these kids nowadays are fucking pussies. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
When you and me were kids, we'd fall on the playground and cut our leg open.
And everybody laugh at
the
you.
teacher would come and throw a fucking pile of dirt in it.
Yeah.
Rub that in.
Well, it's
You'll
funny
feel
you
better.
say that. So I was walking through the cafe at my place of employment. And
Domino's.
Yeah, one of the customers was in the kids' seating area. The kid dropped his pizza and whatever else he had on the plate, dropped it on the floor. So I felt bad for him, and pizza doesn't cost a lot of money. So I was like, do you want me to get you another piece of pizza? I said, I'd be happy to get you another piece, no charge. And they're like, no. The guy was like, 5-second rule. I was like, I wanted to, like, I smiled, walked away.
Him.
I just went in the office and I said, we need more parents like that in the world. And I said this to my sous chef who has like a 2-year-old. And I said, this guy let his kid drop the pizza on the floor, and God knows what is on our floor with all the people that walk through that area. And he said 5-second rule. I said, that kid probably will not grow up with allergies or problems because they let him eat dirt. He literally just ate scum off the floor. I offered the guy a free piece of pizza, and he didn't want to take it because he said that he can eat it. And I said, that kid is playing in the yard.
When I was a kid, like, my dad would let me drop my ice cream cone in, like, a pile of dog shit. And he would just be like, just pick it up. I'm like, yeah, but Dad. And he'd be like, Lord, thank you for this food. Like, what? Go ahead, eat it. It's blessed. Oh, those are just sprinkles on there.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was actually impressed with that. I'm glad to see, not that it's very food safe. I know that the dangers of doing that.
Yeah, but still, like, all those fucking people, they would have somehow turned it, a lot of Karens would have been like, Mr. Food Service Man?
Well, then I was shocked
This
as my sous
plate
chef.
was too slick.
My sous chef, I thought he would be very careful with his daughter, but apparently he'd do the same thing. He lets her play in the dirt and all this kind of stuff. It's great. I like to see that because I think we don't do enough of that in the world.
Agree.
Yeah. So we gotta, you gotta do that stuff. All right, let me talk about frozen food before we get into the rest of your stuff. I'll break your two.
That's kind of
things up.
cold.
That's kind of cold. All right, so
Okay, let's do it again. Hang on. That's
okay.
kind of cold.
There you go. All right, so as we get into the summer months, we rely a little bit on.
What the hell am I listening to?
I don't know. We're at like elevator music.
I have another rant I want to go on too. Then.
Okay.
I just thought of this. Oh shit.
I don't know if you're gonna have time to go on another rant. We already have a long list to still get to on you because you have an 8-minute video.
But
All right, so
it's only 8 minutes.
as we, it's already 27 minutes into the show.
Yeah, and we're doing 6-hour shows. I thought.
No, we're not because I have to edit the damn things down for YouTube. So
knock it off.
all right, so
Why do we have no good music anymore?
as we get into the warmer months of the year, we want to talk about some frozen foods and the ranked worst frozen foods for your health, according to health experts, as we all love those health experts. And I thought, like, ice cream and shit would be on here, but it's really not.
That's probably like the fucking Tyson dinners and shit.
So when it comes to frozen foods, several nutrients are of major concern for heart health: salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats. The mental wellness, there's a lady that's the mental wellness dietitian. Not only are foods that certain in excess of these nutrients inflammatory, they are also key drivers for obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes. The American Heart Association...
Allegedly.
The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. The ideal limit is no more than 1,500 milligrams for most adults, especially those who have high blood pressure, according to the AHA. Frozen foods like frozen vegetables, fruits, and whole grain products are not at all bad.
No, it is not true.
Though there are categories individuals looking to improve or protect heart health should avoid. So when frozen food is the only choice, compare food labels and choose the product with less salt, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into nutrition with this.
No.
But they could be ultra-processed. So there is a list. So here they are. So the number one thing that they said, frozen pizza roll snacks, all right? So obviously Tostino's pizza rolls, right?
Bullshit.
So there's a ton of additives.
What, they do pick the most delicious things in a freezer case?
You wait till you see the rest of them. Calories galore and excess fat and sodium are to name a few when it comes to the most frozen pizza roll snacks. These snacks are far from a slice of pizza. They're typically filled with sodium, fat, additives for preservation such as nitrites and phosphates, and even imitation cheese, highlighting a study published by the German Medical Association Journal. So frozen pizza comes next, okay? Of course, two great things.
Piss me off.
So frozen pizza can be just as bad as a frozen roll pizza snacks. Frozen pizza is a high-calorie food. Of course, my nose is going to run as we're on camera for the first time. I never have issues with my nose.
Yeah, normally you're picking it, though.
You have the paper towels over there. Can you toss them to me, please? Thank you, sir.
Jesus. Babe Butterfingers.
All right. So frozen pizza is a high-calorie food that is loaded with calories, salt, and fat. While there are healthier choices, which that is not true, there are no healthier choices for pizza, such as thin crust options. Most frozen pizzas have a thicker, refined grain crust, topped with cheese and processed meat.
It's really salty.
So instead, you want to choose foods made primarily with whole grains, healthy choices of protein, lean cuts, which are nothing to do with this. So this one didn't shock me. Frozen pot pies. There's nothing good about that, by the way.
Shut up!
So they can taste good, but they're not so good for you. Frozen pot pies, they are high calorie, fat containing frozen foods. There's no nutritional value, whatever. This
You
one
used to be
really.
somebody I could trust.
Can you slow down on the sound effects? You're like overloading me with sound effects right now.
You need to chill the fuck
just-
out. We put a
just-
camera in front of you and
I
you
know,
become
but
a
just
fucking diva.
Spread out the sound effects, all right?
Well,
Would
they're
you?
all relevant. You're naming all the
Jesus.
fucking foods I like.
All right.
So then I just no bullshit, motherfucker. You do this shit all the time.
Frozen corn
Hey,
dogs.
stop it! Stop it! Hey, stop it!
Just no, I said
No, don't get it. Slow down.
down.
Well,
Slow
I am.
down.
You want me to go fast? I'll go fast.
Stop
Are you done?
Stop shouting! I'm not deaf!
That was a good one. All right, frozen corn dogs. What are you raising your hand for? You want to play sound effect?
Every time I want to play a sound effect, I'm going to raise my hand.
All right. Frozen corn dogs, which this one really pissed me off. We're going to get back into normalcy here. Frozen corn dogs, which they say is a state fair staple. I guess that's a thing. But I enjoy frozen corn dogs. But apparently, there you go, Josh. Frozen corn dogs not only have high
What
processed
do you enjoy
meat-
most? The length or the fact that they're on a stick
I
for
just
you?
love corn dogs.
And I love bananas.
There you go.
There you go.
I
That's
love
going to
corn
be a
dogs.
new
I got
one.
another
I need
now.
a time on that.
31, around 31 minutes. Processed meats such as sausages, bacon, and hot dogs are some of the worst offenders when it comes to heart health, mostly because of the sodium content and chemical preservatives in them. So corn dogs are a processed meat, but I don't get it. Like, hot dogs really aren't that bad for you health-wise, like as far as like Weight Watchers goes, but it pisses me off that corn dogs wound up on this list. I don't deep fry the corn dogs. They're microwaved because they're frozen, but apparently it's not good for you. And then fucking frozen French fries, dude. Like, this is such a demeaning list of things. Now, I do air fry a lot of stuff, and it actually turns out well with the new air fryer. So I can't take too many. This is talking about fried French fries, and I think that's the trick here. But McDonald's, obviously we know McDonald's French fries contain 530 calories.
They air fry 'em. Yeah, one fry.
22 grams of fat, and KFC, a large order of fries, is 610 calories with 25 grams of fat. Now, this I don't understand because Wendy's French fries actually have less calories than McDonald's, but they're saying it's 610. I don't agree
What
with
about
that.
Burger King?
That would be off the charts, but it just says frozen French fries you buy at the supermarket can have a similarly poor nutrition value, so buyer beware. But that would be you just don't deep fry them, you know? But deep fried French fries are fantastic. Frozen calzones, which I'm thinking they're talking about Hot Pockets. I'll speed this up a little bit. Frozen Hot Pockets.
No, slow it down a little bit because, I don't want to go through too many stuff here.
And then sweet and sour chicken. It's a good source of protein, but it's packed with a ton of added sugar. So if you don't know what sweet and sour sauce is, it's vinegar, sugar,
Come
and
to
ketchup.
AC after the show.
Yeah. That's so bad. But
Actually, here he's making a fresh batch right about now.
But it's sugar, vinegar, water, essentially. So, and usually they put like some kind of juice, like orange juice or something, in sweet and sour sauce. So a lot of sugar in there. So it's
You
so
may
good.
not always like
So this
what I
one,
give
this
you.
one probably doesn't surprise you, right? Frozen toaster pastries, like toaster strudels. That's not a surprise.
Why?
Well, there's tons of sugar in it. So, and there's fat and all kinds of shit in there too. So, typically not good for you. They're saying that
soon they're going to tell you can't drink milk because that's too much sugar.
So they're high in triglycerides and LDL cholesterol levels in blood caused by high refined carb intake. And it makes you a risk factor for heart disease. So this is basically for long term, like older folks.
Yeah. So in other words, when you stop eating this, you're going to be asking them this.
Can you go to the potty by yourself?
Yeah. And then the last one that they have is frozen baked goods. So ice cream did not make this list. Everybody tells me that ice cream is so bad for me, but ice cream didn't make the fucking list of frozen foods you shouldn't eat. So I'm just going to keep eating ice cream. Ice cream is loaded with fat and sugar and all that kind of crap too. So there you go. So there are some frozen foods that really aren't good for you, but I still eat all of those, even though I'm on Weight Watchers. I can eat a whole frozen pizza by myself. I love thin crust Tony's pizza. It's fantastic. My work
and it's $2.40 a box.
Yeah, my work has a really good pizza, but it's the crust. There's so much crust on it. There's another one for you. It's just it's.
And I love corn dogs.
Yeah, I love corn dogs. That's gonna be a good one. So, and then the last thing I have along these lines is so during the pandemic, and then we'll get back to Josh. Josh has a few more things for you all before we get into our normal stuff. Diners are tipping less than they did before the pandemic, data shows.
Cheapskates.
Fuckers, they're getting all paid more.
I thought we did this.
No. So they're saying that the median tip percentage at quick service restaurants was 19.73 in February 2020, but increased to 22.22% in April of that year. But now it's down to 19.1%.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
So I'm still glad to see that people are tipping, so much, but they're making more money now. So why aren't they tipping people? Like, I don't know if you have thoughts on this. I know you're actually a very good tipper. Every time we go out to eat, you do very well, and then depending on
the server,
certain circumstances, it changes.
She got nice titties. Boom. She gets
well,
an extra
and also I believe that you're like how well they. I believe it's not just that. I know you like the physical features in the service.
Yeah.
But you also do appreciate a good server and
yeah.
somebody that has a personality.
Yeah, if they're decent and they're not a fucking miserable prick.
Yeah.
God, this music is depressing.
And then because we've gone to Bob Evans before, we've gone to Anna
Yeah.
Marie's.
Yeah, everybody looks at us like we're a gay couple. I've always noticed that.
And then we go to Shady Maple, and you act like we're a gay couple.
I did not act like you were more gay. Well, whatever. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get in trouble for speaking out of turn.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to do this all night. All right.
We are.
That's all I have. So just understand, everybody.
Actually, I'm going to tape my mouth shut.
Everybody else that got a raise to $15 an hour or whatever, the servers never got that. That's $2.50 an hour is still, or $2.65 I think, or $2.68 is still the minimum wage for servers in Pennsylvania. So if you're going to go eat at a restaurant, give them a tip. If you're going to get takeout, give them something. Give them $1, give them $2. They all share that. So good. Josh won't talk the rest of the night now. It's a bitch that you're not going to talk because you're up, dude.
That hurt. All right. So, so I'm driving through Pottsville, and it was like 75 degrees the other day. Windows down in the work vehicle, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Great day to be alive. And then I see it, and it's this dude. And he looks like he's homeless, but he's not homeless. I thought it was one of those guys that's like, I be homeless, for food, please. And the signs don't make sense, and it's written like, with a red crayon. This dude standing there, and it said something about like, he'll be here soon, and he'll forgive you. And I'm like,
Who's that?
Who do you piss off? And then, like, I'm like, I'm going to keep my window open, just see what he says. And he's like, of course I got the red light, and he's right there. And he's like, he has his creep, his creep meter, and he's there. That's him dialing it in. And he looks right at me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I made eye contact already, and I got to go, now I got to hear this out. He's like, hey, Jesus, save me, man. And I was like, yes, it's Tuesday. And he's like, I said, Jesus, save me, man. Like, come on, light, change. No, now there's some malfunction with the light, and it's going to just stay red for 25 minutes. Hey, you believe in Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior? Yeah, oh, it is sunny today, yes. I said, you believe in Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior?
Why'd you keep your window down?
Oh, because I had to.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't just put it up. I'd be like, oh, God, here we go. And then I'm like, well, maybe if I
You
turn...
just don't know how to resist. It's like when people come ask you for money.
Maybe if I turn the air conditioning up, I won't hear this guy anymore, so... And no, he's still there. And then he's like, you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ? I'm like, yes, I do. What do you think of the Lord Jesus Christ? I'm like, he's a good guy. I was like, well, you have a good day. Take care. I think you go to church, you repent your sins. Look, I don't need a guide on how I'm a scumbag, man. Like, what?
Yeah, everybody knows that
no,
you're
like,
a scumbag.
did you talk to my ex-wife? Like, come on. And he's like, believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, he'll save you. I'm like, okay, great. I got his number. I'll call him later. Like, we'll set it up. And I'm driving away. He's like, you don't have to work for them, You can be the Lord and Savior. You're And I'm like, wait, what? so I could quit my job.
This whole time you're about ready to run the red light, right?
Oh, I'm like, wait, so this guy just said I could quit my job and I could be Jesus? So I did it. I quit my job. I now walk around Pottsville in a toga and sandals.
Listen, apparently those people make a lot of money every day, so.
I would rather had it been a homeless guy asking for money. But like, look here, take the $7, get the fuck out of my face. Asshole.
You should have just given him the money so he went away. And he would have went and bought half a bottle of liquor.
And I started playing Hell's Bells.
Such a jerk.
And then I have one more story here. Well, two more. So they finally sort of finalized the whole Bob Saget thing. They said, how he got hit in the head with a bat or whatever, basically.
Yeah.
Now they're saying, he was in a nice hotel, so when he fell, he whacked his head on a marble floor.
Oh, yeah, that's the story
And
now.
I'm like, that's really what you're going to chalk it up to?
Baseball bat, marble floor. Way too
They're like,
different
well,
ends
it's
of the spectrum.
hard, Like, oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah, duh, it's hard.
So somebody's laughing to the bank on his life insurance policy.
Yeah.
I still think somebody bumped him off. Something's weird about this whole thing. It don't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Kimmy Gibbler. You think so? She's like,
I don't think so.
you don't think so?
No.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe it was John Stamos, too, because he could have been jealous. Because Bob Saget had a good head of hair. And that was always, he'd be like, have mercy. And,
Yeah, but John Stamos really didn't gain weight, but Bob Saget did. He got a little puffy.
a little bit, but still. I mean, would you blow one of the dads from Full House? Yeah. I mean, not. Wow.
Wait a second, kid.
Jesus Christ.
That was at 41 minutes, so we
Would
can
you
just-
blow the dads on Full
I can't use that one for a show name.
Here we go.
Today we're going to play a new fun game.
Which dad would you blow? That's right. It's your favorite game, ladies and gentlemen. Which dad would you blow on Full House? Yeah, Jesse,
Having microphone
Joey,
difficulties.
or Danny. AC's mic went lifts, and we're going to go to him first. AC
I'm not gonna
Jesse,
answer that question. I'm not
Danny.
answering the question.
or Joey?
Not answering that question.
Well, I'll answer. Stamos all the way, man.
Not answering the question.
I'm saying Stamos all the way. Thanks, guys. And then, so from blowing guys to lesbians. Good segue. You see that? So, I had a service call over the weekend for Jumpstart on a 2019 Jeep Renegade. Okay, great. Whatever. Said, bring a battery. I'm like, okay. It's weird that they need a battery already, but okay, fine. Go there.
This was a 2019.
2019.
Oh, I thought you said 99.
No.
Okay.
And it's a nice house. I'm like, these people have money. Maybe we'll sell a battery. Garage door goes up, and this lady's standing there. She had a hood on. Well, then she pulls her hood down. She's got a shaved head. And I'm like, uh-oh, she's a butch lesbian.
Yeah.
And, like, I always fantasize about pulling up and having, like, be two smoking hot lesbians that they're going to, like, dyke it out in front of me. And maybe, like, I can, watch or put a finger in or something. So she's like...
In the butthole.
The best way to describe it, she looked like a Who from the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
They have, like,
the nose up like this.
Yeah, kind of puffed out.
Dude, so she had the nose up like this, and her face was like, looks like she had cotton shoved in her mouth. And she's like, I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, we're good. And I'm thinking, oh, there's two people here. She's saying we, so we are good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you just put plastic on the car. She goes, yeah. Well, he doesn't really like to be touched by strangers. And I'm like, oh, no. It's one of those, like, objectiums or whatever the fuck those people are that are like, I married the what is that thing fucking France? The big tower thing.
Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, that too. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm engaged to the Eiffel Tower. Or, like, they lick, like, the base of the Statue of Liberty. And they're like, oh, me and the Statue of Liberty have been in love for 30 years. And then it's like, oh, I love a fly swatter. I can shove it in my twat. And, I swat the twat flies or whatever. And I'm like, oh, no, it's one of those people. And then all of a sudden I hear, bong, 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 bong. Like you walk in, like, the Getty Mart and you hear that at the door. Well, apparently... they must have them on their doors.
So they can hear when people come in.
Right.
Yeah.
But who's just randomly walking into your house if you're a Who lesbian?
Where was this at?
At their house in Pottsville.
Okay.
So then
people come in all the time.
I was like, so do you drive the vehicle a lot? Because I usually go through my whole thing of questions. Do you drive the car? Have you have any issues? Do you drive it often? Do you drive it far? Whatever. And I'm like, do you drive the car a lot? And I hear, well, we don't use them too hard. And I'm like, oh no, there's more of them. So it could have been twins or cloned. They look identical. And we are in Pottsville, so it could have been sister and sister. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, no, we don't drive him too hard. And I'm like, this thing is a guy. This car is a guy. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. She's like, then they start rubbing the bumper. And they're like, he doesn't feel good. He doesn't feel good. It's okay.
Were you afraid for your life?
Well, I was like making sure I had a clear exit behind me. I'm like, if this garage door goes down, I'm dead. I can see it now. The garage door will close.
Did you ever think your life was going to end by a bunch of lesbians?
Yeah, like, I don't know if they would, like, pick me apart or, like, cut my dick off and make me into a woman or what it would be. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try to jumpstart it. So I hook my little jumpstart pack up, and I have, like, an app on my tablet, and I was going to test all their shit. And I open the door, and they come running over and get in front of me. And I'm like, hi. And they go, what are you doing? I was like, well, I was going to get the information and then try to start the car. Oh, we can't let you do that. And I was like, well, why the hell am I here? I said, I thought you needed me to do this. And she goes, well, we're not comfortable with strangers inside of him. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord. We're not comfortable with strangers inside of him. I'm not sticking my cock in the tailpipe. Like, Jesus Christ. I just want to start the fucking car. So whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're going to have to, rev the engine and leave it sit and then rev the engine and whatever else. And so they go to start it. I'm like, go ahead and try and start it. And it's just cranking. Won't start. And she goes, go ahead, put the battery in it. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It needs more help than... And she goes, no, he's just sick. She's just sick. And she's banging the steering wheel. And I'm like, this is something you do, like, when you close a casket on your father. And you're like, he's gone. Son of a bitch, he's gone. No. Their fucking 2019 Jeep Renegade wouldn't start. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I was like, no, you don't understand. That pack I have will jump like a small bus. She goes, you're overpowering him. Stop. He doesn't like that much power. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure that's not happening. I said, so I can do one of two things. I can leave, or I can tell a tow truck to come for you. And then they like go back and forth in lesbian who. And I was like, so what do you guys want me to do? Put the battery in. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell you a battery. That could start it, but I highly doubt it. Yeah. There's another issue. I don't think it's getting fuel or something. What do you mean? I said, well, this is a stupid question, but do you have gas? Yes. And I'm like, uh-oh. This is when they're going to attack because they're like I was waiting for a third one to drop out of the ceiling, and then I would have been surrounded by gay ninja lesbian who's or something. So long short, I'm like, okay, well, do you want me to set a tow up? Yeah, we'll go to the... And they named a shop in Pottsville. I said, okay, well, I'll get them to come tow. Tell them to come Tuesday. I'm like, it's Saturday. She's like, he can't be out overnight in a strange place? And I'm like, well, then you're going to have to call back in. I got to go. And I started working my way to the garage door, so at least if they shut it, it's going to shut on me, that they can't keep me inside. So I got in the truck and I left. And I called the dispatcher. I was like, where the fuck did you just send me? And he goes, why, what happened? And I explained the whole situation to him. And he said, you should have went in the house. And I was like, why? He said, because there's probably some poor Amazon driver that's tied up to a wall somewhere. And he's in there looking for help. And they could hear you, and you didn't go help him. I'm like, well, I didn't see any vans there. But he goes, they probably hit it, man. I was like, well, sorry.
The car is a decoy.
I'm not a hero. But, yeah, we can't leave it sit outside. He'll be scared. What? It's a fucking car.
Apparently, they're very attached to it.
Jesus Christ. Then they lick the steering wheel. And okay, see you, bye.
All right.
This is his shifter. his power rod, his shifter of power.
Listen,
And
maybe they get pleasure out of this guy. So
I don't know. It did smell kind of fishy in there, if you know what I mean.
All right.
What? How much time do we have?
You're at 50 minutes already.
50?
50.
Should we save the virgin thing for a different time?
That's up to you.
Well, I'm asking you. I can go right into stories and we just keep it like an hour show.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Well, it'll be a little over an hour.
All right, well, we can do that. Fucking shit. Are you doing the days of the week and the trivia before I go into my stories? We didn't do any of that yet.
So we're ready to move on to that.
Well,
stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
See, I like the camera now, though, because you have to actually pay attention.
I am paying attention.
It's
I'm
nice.
on camera. See? Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean I'm always going to pay attention.
Well,
but
I know when you're fucking stuffing your
I'm
face.
more engaged tonight. Well, listen, they all get to see how much I fucking eat.
We're-
but they also get to see I eat, too. So.
We're engaged.
Excuse me. All right, so you have my
Heart?
you have the YouTube clip.
You, hang on, let me kill this other one.
All right, I'll let you know when it goes. So this was a little bit. So what day is it? So it is March 24th, 2022. So the first day, kind of strange. It is World Tuberculosis Day. That is perfect. Bravo, Josh. Oh, this is why we go over this shit before the beginning of the show. I'm sorry to make fun of the
Next week, we'll be celebrating Whooping Cough Day, ladies and gentlemen. Whooping Cough Day.
Oh, man, that was perfect. Sorry to the people that really had trouble with tuberculosis. But, yeah, so it's World Tuberculosis Day. But I think it is an awareness day. Stop, I got to keep going. I'm getting hot over here.
You should see this guy. He's having a rough time.
All right. It's National Cocktail Day. Stop. I can't. Shut up! Yeah, I can't go on. I can't even see. Oh, God. All the people are going to see how red my face is right now. I'm sweating. All right. That was good. Perfect. But it's National Cocktail Day. It is also National Chocolate-Covered Raisin Day, so that's probably one of my mom's favorite things is chocolate-covered raisins.
I have a great chocolate-covered raisin story for you.
And lastly, Josh has a 30-second YouTube clip for us to celebrate the last part of our day. So here it is.
Hey, yo, you want cheesesteak? Hold up. Hey, Pop. Cheesesteak. Coming on. What? Yeah. We got burgers.
He wants a burger? What does he want? A burger?
Get the cheesesteak.
Get the cheesesteak.
Yeah. They're both good. Forget about it. Drop the phone. What do you want? Cheesesteak or you want a burger?
Hey, what's he want? Burger.
Hey, Pop, he wants a cheesesteak and a burger on $1.
What does he want? Do we do that? We don't do that.
We don't do that.
The Philly Cheesesteak Thick Burger, back at Hardee's.
All right, so apparently it's a Hardee's commercial.
My show is sponsored by Hardee's.
Yeah, we didn't play that all the way through to know what was at the end of it. But as it said, wants a cheesesteak. So it is National Cheesesteak Day, which is probably the favorite of these besides the tuberculosis. But much like national liberty itself, the cheesesteak is elegant, necessary, pure, and it was born in Philadelphia. So it is National Cheesesteak Day, so go out there and have a cheesesteak on March 24th. And those are the national days today.
3 weeks from now, we will be celebrating Papa Pimple Day. That will be on Thursday, so Papa Pimple Day coming up. All right, we're going to do trivia, right?
Yes, trivia is next. Oh, man, there's a lot of days for the 31st. God help us all.
All right. Is it National Scratcher Anus Day?
No, I don't want to give them all away.
National Lick Your Taint Day.
I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out, though.
National Genital Herpes Day.
No. I will.
Splooge in my eye day.
Mark this one down, but I am going to give you a lot of credit. You coming up with the coughing was really good for the tuberculosis bit. So, all right, get into your trivia before we
See, I like that you actually do sort of give me backhanded compliments sometimes.
That was pretty
People can realize sort of like, if only we had like a way to show my screen too.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, the stuff I have to do sometimes.
Yeah.
We've come a long way from episode 1.
Yeah.
We really have.
Yeah. It's good. And we actually prep for the shows before we start now. So we write things down, as I showed you on the last episode. We actually write things down. So so that we can actually do stuff in a good order. And Josh, it's great because Josh, show them your list, Josh.
So this is
Josh has his list of his stuff, and then I write down what he's doing plus my stuff and make sure it stays in order. So, yeah, it's pretty good. All right, anyway, so on to trivia. You go first this week.
I feel like we should be building a house or something right now. Like, listen to this. This is totally like
Bob the Builder music.
All right, guys. Today we're going to hang some shutters on this new rustic cabin. I'll start by dadoing the edges. We're going to use a nice cherry finish. It'll really bring out the wood's natural grain. Okay, and now we're just going to finish this with a nice coat of finish. And now we'll build our first fire in our fireplace.
Cue time-lapse photo.
Oh, my wife's coming back from work. This is like House Hunters music after they get the house and they show like
they show
the
all
3-month
clips,
update and it's like, well, my career as a butterfly collector is really doing great. And John, he actually retired from his job counting Rice Krispies down at the rectory.
But they could afford
our budget was $453 million.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Meanwhile, they don't show like House Hunters Schuylkill County where it's like, it's got floors.
Yeah, but
floors?
then I
Okay.
love we got to do a comparison between regular ones and then like the My Lottery Dream Home where the people win like $50 million and then their budget for a house is like $200,000.
Yeah.
Cheapskates.
Yeah, but they should do it like for real. Like Schuylkill County, the budget for a home is like $13,000.
Yeah.
And guy,
you can get a good house for that price up there.
A double wide stacked on top of a double wide.
Yeah. All right, move on. Trivia questions.
All right, my trivia question. Oops, wrong one. That's from last week. What 2 states in the United States do not follow daylight savings time?
I know the answer to one of the questions.
Calcutta.
No, I know one of them. I don't know what the other one is, but I know
Tennessee.
Because it has to do with the Hoover Dam.
Beavers?
No, not beavers. Stop thinking about women.
Beaver.
All right. So, speaking of cheesesteaks, because it is National Cheesesteak Day, this part of the cheesesteak was originally not part of the cheesesteak.
He probably eats a mean pussy.
So what we know it now, this ingredient or part of the cheesesteak was not originally part of it at all. All right, so Josh.
And I love bananas.
On to your stories.
Ryan, your nuts are very tasty.
Was it either of those 2 ingredients?
No.
What about this?
He wants the churro. No.
Okay. So we're going to go on to stories, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me find my stories here. I got to...
Do you have your no into clip this week?
Of course I have an into clip. I got to throw this back to Howard Stern here since I haven't had one of these in a long time. And I know I probably have used this one, but it's so good. And it kind of fits my first story. So here we go.
We buy, sell, trade, and give away on a non-commercial basis. Let's wheel and deal. And caller number 1, welcome to the Tradio Show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, sir. I hope you are.
I'm doing very well, thank you very much. My name's Jack Devaney, and I inherited this from my great-great-grandfather. It was from WW2. It's a jar containing several gold teeth from Auschwitz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the value of the gold teeth. I know it was picked out of one of the prisoners in the camps, and it's about 7-8 teeth, about 11 ounces of gold Jewish teeth from Auschwitz.
Okay.
And it's authentic, comes with a certificate of authenticity. There's a picture of my great-grandfather in front of the camps holding the jar.
Okay.
I figure we get maybe $75 to $100 for it.
Okay.
My uncle also used to work in a medical lab. It's a used urine cup from Miltonboro, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity, and it still has some used urine left in the cup. And we want $1,500 for that.
Okay, sir, how can we reach you, please?
You can reach me on my work line, 516-922-WINE, W-I-N-E. I'm in the liquor business.
Okay, thank you for your call.
I want to know what used urine is as opposed to non-used urine.
Well, I used it for a dip cup. Like they gave it for a drug sample.
Gross. Now you may ask why I did a story about Auschwitz teats. Teats? Not teats. They didn't find tits off people.
Oh, man. I don't want to put Auschwitz teats as a
You could
title.
Yeah.
Hashtag Auschwitz in the YouTube
We'll have
video.
like everybody after. We'll be getting phone calls from Hebrews and trying to do like those seance things on us. You know, there's our voicemail now. I can hear it.
It's like you're strangling it.
That's the guy that got to poop. That or somebody with hemorrhoids.
All right. Are you done?
I'm club fucking footed, you asswipe.
So from Auschwitz, I can't even
do it.
From Auschwitz dentures to a box of human heads that was stolen off a truck in Denver. That's right. He's so shocked he's speechless. A thief broke into a freight truck in Denver and made off with a box of human heads. According to a press release from the Denver Police Department, the truck was parked in East Denver when someone broke in between 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday and 9:30 a.m. on Thursday. Now, I highly doubt they would do this in the middle of the day. Maybe. The unknown suspect stole a dolly and a box labeled exempt human specimen. The box was full of human heads meant to be used for medical research. They just like leave that in a box truck parked along the street?
I guess so.
Like, what the fuck? This is a fucked up world.
Have you seen what's going on right now in the world?
The box also bore a Science Care label. Science Care is a program for donating bodies to science for research and education purposes. At this point, no arrests have been made, and investigators are working to gather more information and recover the stolen human remains. Should anybody find a box containing human heads or abandoned body parts, please call the Denver PD at 720-913-2000. If anyone has information, they're encouraged to call Denver Crime Stoppers at 720-913-STOP. Tips can be submitted anonymously. I always wondered that. Those tip lines. If you submit a tip and it actually is, like, valid.
As long as it leads to a conviction, they usually pay you.
Yeah, but aren't they going to wonder how you knew?
Not necessarily. I'm sure they investigate that
Like,
as well.
Bill Redner was murdered. Now, we're not going to use his real name, but guy was killed, like, what, 15 years ago?
A long time. We were kids, dude.
They still don't know who killed him.
Yeah, mafia.
Now, Now, if you would randomly submit a tip and they find out, like, what the hell happened here.
Yeah, after all these years, all of a sudden something
Like,
happens.
oh, wow. Yeah, like, really? Like, that doesn't raise a fucking question to somebody? Like, we know who broke in the studio and stole AC's dildos. Like,
Well, I do. I got a camera.
You do. See. Okay, fine. Somebody broke in and stole AC's corn dogs and frozen banana supply out of his
I got a camera
freezer.
out there, too.
Well, you would catch the guy then. But at the police station, the tips would be coming in, and the poor guy taking the calls would probably say,
Okay, I'm running out of room on my paper.
all right, so from there, we'll go to a story that touches near and dear to AC's heart. That's right, near and dear to AC's heart. You might say, why does it touch near and dear to AC's heart? I'll tell you why. It's because...
And I love bananas.
That's right. A customer assaulted a store clerk with a banana and caused $1,000 worth of damage before being arrested.
And I love bananas.
A customer
I do
literally
love bananas.
A customer literally went bananas in a convenience store on Tuesday and used a yellow fruit to assault the man working, or the person working in the store, and then destroyed $1,000 worth of property in the store. The incident happened at 3 a.m. at a Quick Trip in Des Moines, Iowa. Is it Des Moines or Des Moines?
Des Moines.
Des Moines, Iowa, when the unidentified employee tried to intervene in a domestic dispute involving 26-year-old Rogelio Tapia, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a scumbag. Who cares? That's when Tapia allegedly lashed out, chasing the clerk around the store and throwing various items at him, including bananas. I guess it's better than throwing his shit at him, right?
And I love bananas.
Calm down over there.
And I love bananas.
Seriously, knock it off. I want to finish the story.
And I love bananas.
You know, they can see me now.
Yeah, well, stop it.
Shut up, asshole.
Oh, fine, I will.
And I love bananas.
Okay. When police arrived at the scene, they ordered the man to get on to the ground outside the store. He refused to comply. Wait a minute. He refused to comply, but was eventually taken care of. Tackled and handcuffed. He tried to kick an officer during the arrest. They did arrest the man and charge him with assault on a person with certain occupations, assault, and also assault in the third degree, criminal mischief, and interference. Hats off to the DMPD. First watch they welcomed in 2019. This is actually a dated story because I couldn't find any fucking news. They welcomed in the year with 270 service calls overnight. Thanks for weaving the security blanket we sleep under every night. That banana assault really happened. The arresting officers were less than impressed with the fruity caper, which came after 270 other calls had been responded to that night. This was New Year's Eve and New Year's Day a few years ago. A meme actually got very popular then. For those of you that don't know what a meme is, it's just like a picture with a caption. But it said, "The face you make when you're sent to help someone being assaulted with a banana." The police added, "The banana assault really happened. For anyone that is still skeptical about the slippery stunt, according to police records, the man was released 2 hours after being booked, but the banana assault lives in infamy, especially on the commenters of the DMPD's Facebook page. Hats off for doing the impossible every day, from the ridiculous to dealing with pure evil," one wrote, while others were simply impressed that the officers were able to deliver justice before the culprit could give them the slip. Wow, he's a fucking comedian now. And that's what's going on.
All right, so for the world of food, sometimes you want a Fanta, but doesn't always. Yes, Josh.
Am I allowed to use the soundboard?
No. Fanta, but doesn't always mean you have to spend $13 to get one. However, a viral TikTok video shows the double-digit. Would you stop? What do you want?
Can I please use the soundboard?
Yes. Cautiously. What?
What does cautiously mean?
Don't do it every 2 seconds. Stop, you're such an asshole. This show's going to go on forever.
Can I do it every 3 seconds?
Whatever, Josh. Just do what you want, okay? However, I'm not going to
really
respond. No, stop.
That I can.
This is worse than the soundboard. All right, so a viral TikTok video shows
Look, it's a box of corn dogs.
The double digit wasn't an issue for one DoorDash customer who actually went through with their
Why
purchase.
is he making so much noise?
The astounding, I don't know what his deal is. The astounding video, which was shared by Jamari Hackett on Tuesday, shows a single 16-ounce orange Fanta that retails for $2.49 was sold for $13.05 after a few fees were tacked on.
I just want money that's calm.
Fuck is that?
Never worry about acne. Nah, I ain't never been with a buddy. She calm, so I.
So that's the actual TikTok video, but it's nothing but music, but it shows on there. But so Hackett told Fox Digital News that the unusual soda purchase was made at a Wing Crave restaurant in Greensville, South Carolina. The cook went to check because it didn't look like it was legitimate because it was just one Fanta. But instead, they saw an order summary of the screen, which was shown on the TikTok video, and a courier was scheduled to pick it up between 5:05 and 5:15.
Sounds like a drug deal.
They called one of the cooks to the front. We both thought it was some kind of joke when someone ordered one Fanta at the price that was quoted to $13. I told him that we should put it on TikTok because it was pretty funny. We usually don't see orders like this, so we both were blown away by something like this. Little did Hackett know the video would go viral with 45,600 views and hundreds of comments. It has to be a pregnancy craving, one TikTok user joked. The cost of the convenience, another one quipped.
$27.50.
While most TikTok users were shocked or saw the humor in the soda order, some users admitted they've made costly delivery orders, which you probably have too.
Do you tip that guy?
Yeah, it's part of the thing. Other commenters named strange DoorDash orders they've seen put through, which include a $9 caramel iced coffee, $32 pack of cigarettes for retail for $18, fountain drinks and sauce packets, things like that. It's not immediately clear if the Fanta order was possibly made in error, regardless of how the order came to be. A few TikTok users voiced their concern about the courier tip being 37 cents. Would you like me to give you the dollar, you fucking cheapskate? A DoorDash spokesperson told Fox that the company's list of fees all serve a purpose. While fees vary for each restaurant on the DoorDash platform, these costs go towards paying Dashers, operating the platform, and providing high-quality service.
Dashers. That sounds like a gay dancer.
Customers always see applicable fees prior to checkout so they can make the decision for themselves. So $13 for a bottle of Fanta. Would you pay it? If you're desperate enough and you can't get out.
Not really.
Yeah, that's a very expensive bottle of soda. I don't need Fanta
just
that bad.
Drink like paint.
Yeah. So going back to the theme of what's going on overseas in Ukraine and Russia, a Canadian diner removes poutine from the name because it sounds like Putin.
Hitler.
So they remove poutine from the name. So a diner in Quebec decided to show some support for Ukraine in a truly unique way. While it hasn't changed the items offered on its menu, it has decided to change the name of popular Canadian dish. Poutine is a popular dish that includes French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Also, the word poutine sounds a little bit like the name Putin when said out loud. The connection prompted the apparent inventor of the dish to take action. Located in Dumonsville, Quebec decided to show solidarity with Ukraine by taking the word poutine out of its trademark. The diner claims to have invented the dish and is considered a somewhat famous restaurant among Canadians. The diner posted its decision on Facebook last Friday, but it has since removed the post due to receiving hateful replies and phone calls. The news reported the business's Facebook page still listed as the inventor of poutine, although the name has been changed to the inventor of fries, cheese, and gravy.
Are there things that make you angry?
When the story made headlines, however, the restaurant posted a follow-up saying, "Very touching to learn that our tiny message of support has been sent from Drummondville all the way to Ukraine. If we could make smile there, that's already a win. We are with you from the bottom of our hearts." So
you gotta suck on them before you
poutine
chew
first
on
started in the 1950s. It's a popular dish in Canada and some U.S. states. In New Jersey, a similar dish is served known as disco fries, which is essentially the same thing with melted cheese and cheese curds.
Actually, hang on. I have the key. Where is the calorie count for that? I feel like we should be milking a cow or something.
All right, last thing that I got. Eggo Waffles knows mornings can be hard for parents, especially when they lose an hour of sleep after the clocks change for daylight savings time, which had just happened. To help, the waffle brand is giving away free waffles to 100,000 tired parents everywhere so that they won't have to worry about breakfast during the rush.
Wait, they're giving 100,000 waffles away?
Yep.
Or 100,000 boxes
just
of
says 100,000 waffles.
So
free waffles to 100,000 tired parents, it says.
Okay.
So last year, the brand did a similar promotion, though this year they're upping the ante, giving away, 10 count boxes, meaning 1 million waffles will go out to moms and dads.
Uh-oh, somebody's working a lot of overtime at the Eggo factory.
So I didn't realize this was supposed to be done on the last episode, but for a chance to receive the freebie, parents should follow Eggo on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. The company waffle drop the announcement will happen there on March 14th. Come to a premature end. So according to the official terms and conditions, once the brand posts those interested in receiving freebies should have signed up via an online registration form to receive one 10-count homestyle box of Eggos. Winners in a first-come, first-served basis will receive an email with instructions on how to redeem the reward.
They mail it to you.
No, it's likely going to be a coupon. Rewards are good while supplies last. Once the announcement has been made, or until April 14th, whichever occurs first. The offer is
but
open
they're
to legal
smart
residents
because
of
there's
the United
probably
States.
a shortage on waffles or some shit.
No, there's probably a surplus on waffles, so they're trying to get rid of them. So Eggo's promotion is part of the brand's Lego with Eggo campaign, which launched last year to help parents Lego off the stress related to high-pressure mornings and embrace small wins.
Forget it.
Even in the middle of the morning craziness, Eggo waffles are often the one thing that both kids and parents can rely on as a go-to breakfast. This year, singer and television personality Nick Lachey has signed on as a spokesperson.
He's still
apparently so. It's spelled Lachey, Nick Lachey, right?
Yeah.
Has signed on as a spokesperson to help get the word out, sharing a video with a promotion to his Instagram page. In the cute clip, the 98-degree crooner attempts to get sleeping sons Camden, John, 9, and Phoenix, Robert, 5, and a 7-year-old daughter, Brooklyn, Elizabeth.
Oh, I thought the numbers were part of their name.
All of
John,
whom,
9.
Yeah, all of whom share wife Vanessa
Johnny, 5.
Yeah, out of bed in the morning to get ready for school. Oh, no, this is the...
Boys, time to get up.
No, I don't want
God, he's got white children.
This is school? Does this look
Shut the
familiar
fuck
to
up,
you?
Bruce.
Eggo is giving away up to 1 million free waffles to help parents Lego the morning mayhem on one of the most stressful days of the year. A chance to get some free waffles. Keep an eye on Eggo's social media channels on Monday, March 14th.
All right,
What the
there you
fuck
go.
is
So
it with
there's Nick Lachey. Eggo's offer isn't the only thing happening on March 14th. That's also National Pi Day, the annual holiday that honors pi, the mathematical constant that counts 3.14 as its first
I was bad
significant
in
digit.
math, so I wouldn't know that.
The special occasion was first commemorated back in 1988. Bakeries and restaurants across the country have learned to capitalize on this over the years, obviously, but that's not part of the thing. So hopefully you signed up for Eggo waffles. I'm not a parent. Josh, you're a parent, so, so get out there, sign up for the waffles.
Yeah, it's more of a hassle to do that. I'd rather just go spend the $3.50 for a box of fucking waffles.
All right, so back to trivia. Josh, your trivia question. What happened? Oh, there's our music. Okay.
You told me to turn it off.
Okay.
What 2 states do not participate in daylight savings time?
One is Arizona.
Yes.
The other one I'm going to say is either Alaska or Hawaii.
You'd be right. Which one?
Probably Alaska.
You'd probably be wrong.
Okay, so it's Hawaii.
Arizona and Hawaii.
Okay. Arizona, do you know how I know that?
You were there.
Because it was daylight savings time when I was in Vegas when we went to the Hoover Dam. But the time
Goddamn.
It was exactly the same time in both Arizona and Nevada, but it's a different time zone. But it was because it was daylight savings time in Nevada. So that's how I know that Arizona is one of those states that does not utilize daylight savings time.
Well done.
So there you go. My trivia question. So with the Philly cheesesteak, this ingredient was not originally part of the cheesesteak. It's a very obvious answer.
Well, it can't be the steak.
How do you know that?
I would say onions.
No.
Peppers. Cheese.
Cheese. So.
Well, then it was a fucking steak. It wasn't
So the often told origin story in 1930, a taxi driver pulled up to Pat Oliveri's hot dog cart at 9th and Passyunk, spotted him grilling beef from a butcher for his own lunch, and suggested he sell it. And that's...
Give me a fucking answer!
That's the same Pat of Pat, King of Steaks. So it was originally just
We
a
should
steak
go
sandwich.
there sometime to try.
I've been there already.
Good or no?
It's worth it. They're expensive as hell, but they're worth it.
What are we talking, like $10?
Probably now it's probably closer to $12. It's a good cheesesteak. It's very good. Both of them.
I'll go to Gino's.
And I'll go to Pat's. We just get halfies on each one.
What do you do? You got to know how to order though. Or
Well, they're right across the
bitch
street.
you out though, right?
Not really. You either get it with or without. And you say with whiz or with provolone. That's pretty much it.
Watch your mouth, dog.
All right.
What the fuck is it with you?
All right. Well,
All right.
I guess we can start to wrap it up.
Yeah,
now,
I guess
right?
we should
Since
wrap it up.
That was just a random
It's
abrupt
not too bad.
ending.
It's a typical show. Well, we really didn't have anything to end with this week. All right, everybody. So listen, this is week 2 of YouTube. As long as everything goes well when I do the editing because obviously this is number 2 of our round of shows here. As long as everything goes well, I think YouTube is back. We'll have different.
This format will be better.
Yeah, I think so. And
the
then
shorter
also,
show will be better. Then they don't have to sit there for 3 hours.
Yeah,
and
so
watch
if you want a shorter version, we'll clip it. We'll, as we said last week, trim and clip for the YouTube page. But remember, you're not looking at us through a horrible sounding iPad or anything like that. You know, we have legit
where
software.
you couldn't hear sound effects.
Right. So now you get the full spectrum here. It's legitimately everything you hear on Podbean, you hear on this, just a trimmed down version.
And next week I'll be shaving live on cam.
Yeah, and we're so excited to be able to do this and just continue that listener base. So anyway, keep listening. We asked you to make sure that you get on to Apple Podcasts or the different apps that you use and give us a rating.
Spotify, Podbean,
yeah, just give us a rating.
Stitcher.
They do help us with those.
YouPorn.
They do help us with those algorithms.
You can leave comments probably on YouTube also.
And then subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube, please. That is super helpful.
Click that button.
Yeah. At some point, we start monetizing, maybe, which would be fantastic.
Well, now it won't be.
You need like 1,000.
Yeah, but now it
hours.
shouldn't matter as much because we're not paying $15,000 an episode.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we're excited to bring this to you. Hopefully, it gets even better. Hopefully, you don't mind watching
Please
us every
let
day.
us know what you think.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like or comment or any of that shit, send us some kind of feedback. Our heavy hitters here, Melissa, Eric,
We
Ryan.
haven't heard from Ryan, Zach a while. Yeah.
Ryan, Zach, all you guys, let us know what you think. Jerry, and Jim, Jimmy, Matt. We know we're going to hear from you.
Yep. Yeah, just let us know what we're doing. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Season 2, episode number 42 of The Dead End with Josh and AC, joshandac.podbean.com. You know how to find us. Just in case you wanted to change it up for your listening pleasure, we are on Apple Podcasts. We are on iTunes. We are on the Podbean app. We're on Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Pandora. And I missed it on episode 41, but we are available on Amazon Music through your Alexa. Josh.
Find us on Facebook, Josh and AC Podcast, or simply at Josh and AC. Look for us on Instagram. Look for the Josh and AC Podcast. Or, like Matt, send us a trilogy of emails. joshandacpodcast@gmail.com.
Don't forget about that YouTube page, Josh and AC Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to our page so you get the updates when our shows post.
Check us out on YouPorn, Hot and Hung.
Josh,
I am hot.
And I'm not hung. There you go, Josh.
I love bananas.
And you love bananas. All right, everybody, that's going to do it. Season 2, episode number 42. Getting ever so close to that 100th episode. More to come as we get closer.
More to come.
And some more news on how that's going to play out and who's going to be with us. So we're excited to get there. Thank you again, as always, everybody. It's been a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one, folks. So if you had to insert one, corn dog or banana?
I'm not answering that.